guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Besthetician podcast. I am so nervous. I feel like this is the most scared I felt in a really long time with the business.
Yeah,
with starting Optimize Aesthetics.
Yeah, we're releasing some big news here. We've teased it on Instagram a little bit. We're not going to make this podcast so much about selling the event, but just talking about it for our kind of mental sake, so we can look back at this and kind of express this. You know, we've talked a lot about this.
Part of the journey.
Yeah, this will also be the first time that you and I have actually sat down and really kind of talked about the highs and the lows. I mean, we've talked about it in pieces, but to have a full conversation. But yeah, we have an event. We're putting an event together in February of next year. Trying to be a large event. We want to push 120 tickets at least, maxing about 115. It's going to be in Scottsdale. But yeah, I mean, I'll let you jump in first.
Yeah. So obviously in the aesthetic space, you don't see a lot of events. You do, but it's more trade shows. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to all these events that have more so education based on specific brands, which is great. But I think something that's lacking in this space is not feeling sold to, or maybe just people, well, at least I want more community-based events. So this event that we're hosting is to bring community. It's going to be exclusive. There's not going to be thousands of people in the room. It's truly going to be an experience and something that is going to be so fun. Yeah. And I want to bring education, but also we can really have fun at the end of the night and get together and talk about things and dance. And
want it to be really community focused. And I think that's what we felt the trade shows or bigger events are missing, is that it's just estheticians there that are trying to grow their business or growing their business or already grew their business. But what we've realized after so much travel and connection with so many other amazing business owners is that we've learned so much of other people's business and their life and their highs and their lows and how they've worked through so many like struggles that we've had before. And we've been able to learn so much. And I feel like we've been able to grow a lot quicker because of that. And to me, I've met I've met more than you now because of content days, estheticians, but I'm always like, I wish so-and-so sat in the room with so-and-so, because they have this thing that they really figured out, but struggle with this, and they have this. And if they came together, both their businesses could come, and they're both women talking and not me trying to tell them what they should do with their business. And so, yeah, I was really inspired. And I think as your husband, I've wanted you to have esthetician friends, and in the beginning you really struggled with it, and you're kind of an introvert at heart. You don't put yourself out there as much as say I do. You know, in the beginning, I remember like I would be the ones that would like send the first DM to an esthetician to like force you to have a conversation.
I'm like, when I don't want to have conversations, I'm like, Chris has got it.
Yeah, but I've wanted you to be able to like have girls that get the struggles, and we talk through everything with business and products, as everybody's already listened on this podcast before, but actually have girls that maybe understand like, hey, like, I don't know, you're emotional, and sometimes I pull emotion out of things, maybe not always correctly, but it's nice to have women that you can connect with.
It can be really lonely in the aesthetics industry, and I can speak to this when I first started in the beginning, and I had literally like 300 followers, and I was like, nobody takes me seriously, nobody responds back to me. And it's something that I really try to do on my Instagram, is respond to as many DMs as I can. I mean, I get a ton now, but I am like super passionate about bringing women together. And I mean, it's so like cliche, but like woman empowerment, like that's huge for me. I want to bring in all these amazing estheticians, and so that we can really learn and connect and grow together. And I always want to be everybody's best friend, which is kind of it's a great thing, but it's also kind of, I mean,
it could be overwhelming.
It is who I am.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really an awesome event, but it's also really scary because I'm like, what if nobody shows up?
I know that is a fear that I don't know, that's just why the podcast is important for us to talk about, is that we're not guaranteed 120 people show up. And in case you didn't know how this worked, you guys are getting the full behind the scenes. So with hotels, most nicer hotels have food and beverage minimum. So we're doing this at Hotel Valley Ho. It's a boutique hotel here in Scottsdale. We're not in Scottsdale, but in Scottsdale. And their food and beverage minimum is $18,000. So that's basically the price to get the hotel blocked for you to have the event space. So you don't pay for the space itself, you pay for a minimum food and beverage. So if nobody shows up, which somebody will, but if we only get, say, the speakers and 10 people show up, no matter what, we pay $18,000 for this event.
We are freezing the food for the next year.
So our joke is that, if nobody shows up, we'll at least have $18,000 $5,000 in food and beverage. But with that being said, if you do want to come to this event after watching this, there will be full lunch and dinner provided. We're trying to make sure that we use all of that minimum on some good food. It'll be buffet style. Victoria picked Mexican and Italian, her two favorite things. So yeah, that's the scariest part, is that the money gets paid up front before the event. Tickets will hopefully, this podcast will drop on Monday. It's now Saturday. Tickets will hopefully drop in a week after this podcast drop.
We're
after
doing
this
a
podcast
pre-sale
comes out.
ticket, so it will be an exclusive discount, like a huge discount.
Yeah, for the first like 25 people. But yeah, it's terrifying. It's really exciting. We are planning on 6 speakers total, Victoria being one. Some other really successful estheticians that we're big fans of, that we've learned a lot from, that'll come and speak at this event as well. But
We've sat down, had lunch with all of these people.
Yeah,
I mean, it's people that we like truly trust, and that we know will provide value, so much value for you to literally grow and blossom in your business and learn so much. I wanted to touch on something that I'm really excited about, is even if there's not a ton of people that show up, which there will be, I am speaking that into the world, so there will be. I'm so excited to put together the outdoor lunch. It's going to be so cute, and just creating like a really premium experience. And so like bringing a premium, I'm all about creating a premium business. So creating a premium event and decorating it, like creating photo ops, and then learning. And then like once your brain is fried, you're like, okay, let's party now. Let's dance and have the DJ live.
It's one of the most things I'm excited about for the event, is that I think a lot of them are missing. Yeah, I am going to be hosting the event.
He's such a good host.
Yeah, well, we'll see. This will be the first event that I've hosted in this way. But yeah, that's one of the things that we talked about a lot too, is that like, hey, we want it to be really valuable learning wise, but we want it to be a place that people can also, like, it's a fun weekend. It's not, you don't leave and feel brain fried because you listen to 30 speakers, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I think there's a good place for events like that, but we want to marry the two, where you can get empowered, you can learn some new things about your business, then you can have the chance to sit and talk to the speakers and other estheticians who just learn that same, bite-sized pieces of information. And then in the night with just this really fun hangout and good time to hopefully create friendships that you can take after you leave. I think is the biggest goal for us, is that you can find not just estheticians, but business owners. I meant to circle back to that, because you said being an esthetician, a solo esthetician, can be lonely, but I think just being an entrepreneur and being a business owner is very isolating, because you just have this never-ending like list of things to do, and you feel like if you go hang out with people that are outside of business, that aren't like filling the business cup, it can feel like a waste of time, or that you're kind of like always just like chasing this never-ending, like it's like running on a treadmill never ends, of like list of things to do. And the goal is to be able to make some really good friends that you can vent to through social media or through text, that completely understand you, and you're not like the annoying friend that's always complaining about something, but somebody who's like, oh my gosh, like this month is like slower for clients, and somebody to be able to hit you back and go, it's okay, this month can be slower, but we're going to double down next month. What things can you do? Just kind of like those conversations that you already have in the DMs a lot.
And the goal is to, I mean, I know that obviously the event, there will be a price to the ticket, but the goal is for you to, this is an investment in your business for you to make that money back and make even more. And it's so valuable for you to create this long-term experience, the long-term knowledge of this event, and then the long-term connections that you can have. It's like an investment in yourself and your business to take that next step and really push you to be the provider that you are meant to be, for you to blossom, and for us to just be your biggest cheerleader.
Exactly. I want to go back to some money as well, and kind of just the scariness of this event, just to kind of give, I think it's really cool. If anybody ever wants to put an event, you can watch this video and go, okay, what things should I expect and go through? So yeah, we have the food and beverage minimum was one. We have to pay for AV, which is audio and visual. So we'll pay a company that, this is kind of a bummer too. And most hotels do this. They partner with one specific AV company, and that company kind of set prices however they want. I don't know if the hotel gives a kickback to that company, or they get a portion of it, or they just signed a cool contract. But yeah, so that one's kind of pricey. You have to have people there to run and operate the speakers. They put up the projector, do all of those things. So that's going to be a cost. We're going to be flying all the speakers out. All the rooms will be covered for the weekend as well. So that's another overhead that we're just going to take, and make sure that even the speakers that are coming feel good good and are excited and are just as passionate and want to pour into the people at this event as much as we do. And then, of course, we just hired a full-time employee for Optimize Aesthetics as well, she's done a lot of event coordination in the past, so she's going to be the one coordinating this event, because we also realized very quickly we had her come on to help us just hourly in the beginning. And I was like, oh yeah, Victoria, we'll just have her help because we're so busy right now. And she started diving into it. And I realized, oh my gosh, we couldn't have figured any of this out. No. And I'm very glad we brought her on in the beginning, part-time or hourly, to help us figure it out. But it also like blew my mind of like, she's like, okay, so this is going to happen and you'll need this. And these are things that they're looking for. This is what most hotels are asking.
Background in event planning.
Yeah. And I just had no clue that those things came with just booking a hotel. I thought you could go online and they have their price for a hotel and you book the weekend and then you show up and do your event. And no, there's a lot more that was added to it. We had one quote from a hotel that was like $65,000 for their food and beverage minimum.
I was like, we're not doing this.
And it was like, we thought like it was like the perfect hotel is a big fancy one here. And I'm like, what would we even charge per person to pay for $65,000?
This is our first event, guys, so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. But the next one, I can't even imagine what that's going to be. We're going to like elevate it times 10. But this first experience is going to be, you didn't think it could get better.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm just so excited for like the future opportunities, and this being our first event, seeing how it goes. This is definitely going to be a learning opportunity for us, and just to make it the best experience for every single one of you guys. And I did want to mention, if you are not already a part of our Patreon exclusive community on there, tickets will go live first on
the pre-sale will be up there.
It's $65 a month for you to invest in your business. It is a write-off. You can literally learn so much in our community. We have over 120 videos. I think we have 130 now. But there's so much marketing tools, premium experiences, how to create the perfect clientele and build your dream clientele.
Content. We go deep into content on there, how we shoot, edit all the content.
So it'll give you a head start to our event.
Yeah. I like how you were like listing those things and they were just like never ending with the Patreon,
like, wait, there's more.
which is cool. But yeah, so we're so excited about this event. We just kind of want to make this podcast so people can kind of hear what our thoughts were, the fear. I mean, it's scary because of all the money coming out up front. I feel really good that we can sell the tickets. We have to be optimistic going into things like this. It's like getting a storefront for your location. A lesson or a blessing. Yeah, we learned that recently from I guess I got almost like an online mentor now. He's a YouTuber. He's a business coach. And he said everything in life, these big things you're taking steps into, because he was like, I've never made a mistake in business. And he was like, not that nothing bad has ever happened, but he said everything that you go through is either a lesson or a blessing. And both those things are good. And so we're going through this right now it's either going to be a lesson or a blessing. It could be both. I mean, hopefully the blessing comes with it too. But to learn in every experience. Yeah, we're excited that, we can put something on for, you have quite a few friends in the space now. And I'm, not to put any pressure on these girls that you love and are friends, but I really hope they all come and we can sit in the room for the first time with just 10 of your friends through social media. We've met a lot of them over the past year traveling to Dallas and of course Florida, but getting all those girls together in the room to go like, we're all so alike and we're all different. Some have kids, some don't have kids, some married, some not married, but you're all so passionate about skin and you're all entrepreneurs. And it's been a joy for me because, I got to meet a lot of estheticians before you did because of content, and finally get you around these girls and do podcasts with them and see how excited you are and how you both can like nerd out about the things that you're passionate about or the frustrations that you've had. These girls have also empowered you to put your foot down on things when it comes to companies and brand deals and who you're affiliated with. And I think that's so important. The future of the aesthetic community, I think, needs events like this that's not kind of bought and paid for by the big brands. Yeah. So it gives everyone complete freedom. And we will have a few sponsors.
I think maybe there's been a few now that I remember, but like there has never been anything like we're doing in the space. Like there's nothing in the space like what we're about to do.
To this scale that we're going for. And there has been esthetician events before. So not the first, but we're trying to take it to a much bigger level. We want to clean it up a lot and we want to bring it and make it really premium and less about some people hanging out and a bunch of sponsors.
I think the biggest thing is that we are not a huge company. Like we're not like this multi-million-dollar company and we're literally doing it from our our literal bank account, like investing for this event.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be crazy.
Yeah, the money comes from either Skin by You or Optimize Aesthetics or a mixture of those. And the ticket sales really do mean a lot. They will pay for the event.
I just want to say thank you so much. Like, truly, if you are our supporter and you are either our Patreon, you're listening to our podcast, you follow us on Optimize Aesthetics or Skin by You, like, thank you so much, because, like, I know it's so simple, but, like, none of this would be possible without any of you. So I just wanted to say thank you. You have been able to help us take this next step and really create such a fun, like, in-person event. So thank you so much if you're supporting us.
Seriously, especially the people who listen to these podcasts. I mean, the podcast has grown so much over the past 6 months and more than we ever thought it would. And it's been amazing. It's beautiful. It's crazy because we started this podcast a few years ago and we're getting 7 or 8 views.
We're coming up on a year of Optimized Aesthetics, which is insane because I feel like we just started. And we had so many people messaging us and saying, like, hey, how do you market? How do you shoot? How do you, build a successful business? So we were like, you know what are we waiting for? There's nothing like that. We should have started a long time ago. I mean, not that I believe every season has its purpose. I think that it was perfect timing, but I was like, wow, this is so fulfilling. This is what we've always wanted to do. And just to help other people, help other providers in the industry. And thank you guys so much.
And now really giving you an insight on this event and giving you our honest thoughts and opinions and feelings and nervousness.
We'll do another one in a few months. So
once we sign on all of our speakers, everyone's locked in, we'll do another one with a new update and everything that's going good or bad. So far, everything's going smooth. So we'll let you know. We'll bring you on the process as things kind of fluctuate. But thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast. Remember to make sure you like, comment if you have any questions or are curious about this event, and subscribe. But we'll see you in the next episode.